This video demonstrates how you can use Targeted Search's Content Query macro to automatically surface relevant content in the right places. Many users have difficulty finding the right content in Confluence. With Content Query, you can serve your users the content they're looking for before they need to search for it. In its simplest application, the Content Query macro returns a list of links to pages, blog posts, and/or attachments based on specific criteria such as space, label, author, and many more. If you use our ThemePress app along with Targeted Search, you can use the Content Query macro to create beautiful-looking feeds for documents, blog posts, and other relevant content. Let's take a look at a few use cases so you can see the power of this simple macro. In this example, we're looking at a very simple space homepage that is not using ThemePress. It displays the themes, documents, and links that are important to my company. Many of these links are unchanging, but new documentation is posted constantly. If I, as the owner of this space, didn't want to manually add the most important documents every time a new one is created, I can just use the Content Query macro to populate this section of my homepage dynamically. It's comparable to the Content by Label macro, just a lot more powerful. You can not only define the label and some additional filters, but also decide whether or not you want to display pages, attachments, or blogs. You can choose whether you want to show more results as users scroll, or by having them click on a See More button. Finally, you can also configure if you want to show the results before or after the page load, which can be very handy if you have a lot of content and you're concerned about performance. For a full breakdown of these options and their impact, we encourage you to visit our documentation. Now, this is probably one of the simplest ways to use the Content Query macro. Next, let's head over to a ThemePress theme space to see how to create beautiful and auto-populated pages. If you're not familiar with ThemePress, head over to our website and learn more about how you can customize the look and feel of Confluence without any custom code. This slick office space is using Content Query to display a list of office landing pages. If we go into edit mode, you'll see how we configured the macro to display rich links, which are a feature of ThemePress that allow you to display images, teaser text, and other information, giving you more context than just simple links. Now, the applications for this are far-reaching. You can display all pages with the label Office-Landing to create a view like this. You can use it to display featured news by displaying only blog posts with the label Feature, or present FAQs by displaying pages with the label FAQ. This is a great way to ensure that your content always stays up to date, especially since you also set the macro parameter to sort by last modified or created. Plus, it looks a lot more engaging than just simple linked lists. By using ThemePress and Targeted Search together, you can unlock additional cool features, such as a carousel that automatically populates featured content with no difficult customizations required. In this example, we used the Content Query macro to display pages with the label Feature and Offices, and wrapped it with the rich link carousel macro. Now all content that matches this criteria will be featured on the homepage, and since I set the auto scroll delay to 5 seconds, the feature will change every 5 seconds, maximizing visibility for important content. If I don't want my carousel to rotate, I can simply leave that field empty to get a static menu of featured content. These are obviously just a few ways you can use the Content Query macro. If you have a question, send us an email to solutions@brikit.com, and watch out for our next video on the interactive search macro, which is yet another very powerful macro that comes with Targeted Search.